Welcome back to the Coastal Virginia channel. We are covering Seattle versus East Coast, Coastal Virginia, looking at Fremont, Denny Blair, Capitol Hill, and downtown Seattle versus some of the competition here in Coastal Virginia, and how far does 7 figures go, and what are your options? So let's dive into it right now. First up, we are in Fremont, or Fremont. I'm probably mispronouncing that. $1.5 million, or 1.545, 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, 2,560 square feet. Right here at 4318 5th Avenue, we have a beautiful craftsman-style bungalow home. I probably botched that too, but look at all the cool woodwork here. I love the garage. I love the woodwork on the decking here. This place looks like it would be fantastic for entertaining. The trim work above the door, that looks like some of the original wood siding that's on the house. I love the built-ins around the interior here. The windows look absolutely gorgeous. Tons of built-in lighting, those beautiful hardwood floors. Now, I'll admit, this style of kitchen is not for me. It is a little too modern, if you will, especially when you have the craftsman style on the outside. Sometimes I think the mixing of the two styles just kind of clashes a little bit too much. However, I do love that they have the extra thick countertops here, and I think it could be a really cool kitchen for someone who likes this type of thing. As we move throughout the house, I love the hardwood floors absolutely everywhere. The trim above the doorways and the crown molding, wonderful, wonderful choices. You have great carpet selections here. A whole laundry room inside the master suite. That is freaking fantastic. I love that. Built-in shelves. The bathroom's a little bit dated, a little bit tired. You do have a wonderful basement here. And then this backyard is just carried on from the front, where it's just perfect for entertaining. One of my favorite things or styles of design is taking these strings of light across the yard. At nighttime, it just makes the whole space very, I'm gonna use the word dreamy. All right, so we've moved over to the East Coast. We have a 7-figure budget. This one's a little bit up there. $4.4 million, 3 bedrooms, 4 baths, 5,300 square feet. This place is beautiful, and this is one of the best neighborhoods in the entire area, well above the floodplain, even though you're here on the water. I like that they start here with this shot, showing the dock and the sunset. Long gravel driveway, idyllic. You have a old style colonial home, plenty of parking space. I absolutely love when they include a floor plan on listings, because I can't tell you how many times I have clients there go and they'll have me do video tours and they want me to walk around the entire house, if, let's say if they're buying out of town, because they can't orient themselves throughout the house. Coastal Virginia, the vibes, that's what I get immediately as I walk through the door. It looks like something straight out of a magazine. The carpet runner down the hallway, the decorations, all of these bays of windows overlooking the water. I mean, just look at that wood ceiling with the herringbone style. That is beautiful. Got the butler's pantry, or an area where you could do some drinking. You have a wonderful fireplace there. The galley style kitchen. I mean, just look at that ceiling. It's so, so beautiful. Custom woodwork on the cabinetry. Those look like custom pools to me. You have the pot filler above the range. The amount of windows, everything is so bright and airy. Gosh, man, it's so beautiful. I even like this shot right here of the upstairs hallway overlooking the stairwell, showing off some of the woodwork on the handrail and how good a condition that is. You have the chair rail going around the outside. You have crown molding here in this hallway. The master bedroom with all of these windows, the sitting area, and this bathroom. Holy cow, that is just beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. It's hard. I mean, I feel like I'm taking away from the beauty of this property just by talking about it. I should just shut up and look at the photos. All right, bouncing over back to Seattle in Capitol Hill area, $4.4 million, 6 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, 7,500 square feet. This is a very large home to be in the middle of the city. However, it is exceptionally well cared for. The entrance here with the woodwork on the floors, that nice dark trim piece going around the exterior of the room, the fireplace, all of the built-ins. This is a really exceptional home. I love that they have this hedge around the outside here, keeping things private. And then you have a massive sliding door so that when the weather is nice and you have the opportunity to open this up and have this in entertainment space is really, really something special. Now this style kitchen, I personally like things a little bit more open. I don't like the U style. I just think it's easy to get kind of bundled up on each other in here. However, I do like the shutters on these windows so that you can shut those and be private, but let in still plenty of light. As you go up the stairwell throughout the house, that's a nice broad stairwell, plenty of room for multiple people to go up and down, and it looks like really well taken care of. The woodwork on the floors, the trim work, the plantation shutters. I love having a fireplace in the bedroom. That is something really special. And then as you transition into the bathrooms, you have an enormous soaker tub. These hexagon style floor tiles are just something that I think is super in vogue, and I personally absolutely adore them. You'll see that they've kept the radiators throughout the house. I have those in my 1912 home that I live in now, and this is just a big home. I like that they have the fire going on up here on the 3rd floor, showing that even on the 3rd floor there's plenty of space. This area could still be a wonderful place for someone to hang out and live. A tennis court and a basketball court in the backyard. I imagine in this area land is at a premium, and so this is something that's really special. And then you'll notice that they have some solar panels on the backside of the house. Coming back into Virginia Beach, one of the areas I totally think you should consider is Croton Beach. The reason for that is you're just south of all the tourism that can go there on the main Atlantic Strip. Private neighborhood, Airbnb rentals are very limited. People coming to the beach, there is a public parking spot right down the street, but for the most part this is going to be all locals, and this is just a really special area. This is listed at $3.9 million, 560 South Atlantic, 6 bedrooms, 5.5 bathrooms, 4,800 square feet, right on the ocean front. Now you're going to need to budget a little bit more for maintenance and repairs because of all that sea salt water coming in blasting in the house, but if you want one of the best houses to live and get the full experience of what it means to live on the East Coast, this is a great option. This establishing shot right here, I think, shows off exactly what I'm talking about. You can see the hotels in the background. You can see Rudy Inlet there, where you can bring in a lot of deep sea fishing and boats come in and out of. And you can see the blue house here with plenty of parking, a 2-car garage, and you can even get a peek of the pool right there, right against the ocean. But having a gorgeous pool with water features right on the ocean front is something special. The kitchen is enormous. A really thick slab right there on the massive island, the contrasting color to the other kitchen cabinets, subway tile abounding. All the way to the ceiling, you have cabinets for plenty of storage. All right, photo number 6, I think, is what would sell it for me. I get to go out on my patio and wake up every single morning, watch the sunrise right here on the Atlantic Ocean every single day. Now, the floor plan throughout this house is something very, very desirable, open. It is easy to mix and mingle and see everything that's going on. From the dining room table to the living room, you have a wonderful sense of space here, but it's very well decorated, lots of built-ins, plenty of crown molding throughout the house. Whoever did the design here did a really good job. I will say, as someone who looks at photography and videography with a keen eye, and we're always trying to improve our stuff, these photos are kind of lackluster for a $4 million property. Could be better. But overall, this house speaks for itself with all of the windows. You move here for these views. You move here for that sea air. You move here for that photo right there. When you're at this level of purchasing and you want the best of the best that the East Coast has to offer, and nothing will suffice other than being able to see that view, this is a fantastic, fantastic option. All right, next up in Seattle, we're in a neighborhood, I believe, called Denny Blaine. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. This is one of the most desirable neighborhoods of all of Seattle, according to my research. $3.3 million, 4 bedrooms, 4.5 baths, 4,100 square foot. Now, this is a architectural dream. This house is beautiful. Now, what's really cool is the exterior, to me, sort of looks like a schoolhouse. But as soon as you transition to the interior, the amount of detail paid attention to the woodwork and just little details here and there, the swooping curved roof line is something super, super cool. I love the staircase going up the center, all of the brickwork and the mixture of dark browns and light browns and stainless steel throughout the kitchen is super special. The built-in curved nook for breakfast there And man, whoever owns this place has just pristine taste to me when it comes to furniture and decorations. This shot right here shows, I think, a good mixture between old and new world design. I love that huge stone lintel above the fireplace, and that fireplace is quite large. All of the brickwork throughout the house just gives it a sense of strength and sturdiness. And then you have these bays and rows of windows to let in all of that natural light. No expense was spared on the woodwork, even going on to the ceiling. Matter of fact, I don't think I've seen a stitch of drywall in this entire house so far. So up here on the 3rd floor, this to me is a special area. It looks like you have a drafting table, some drums, some lights here. This is a musician for sure, and this curved roof is just something super, super cool that you don't see in every single house. And I'm just gonna let some of these photos speak for themselves because this house is really, really unique. Hey, are you considering a move from the West Coast to East Coast with a 7-figure budget and you like what you see so far? Well, this is what we do. We help people buy, sell, and invest here in Hampton Roads. I run the real estate side. My wife runs the mortgage team, and we would love to be your real estate resource of choice. All of our information is down and below, and you can schedule directly into our calendars. All right, bumping back over to Virginia Beach. $3.6 million, 5 bedrooms, 4.5 baths, 4,500 square foot. This house has been sitting for a little bit. I think it's potentially a little overpriced. However, this location is primo. You have views of the water. It's right next to one of my favorite neighborhoods, Allenton out in Virginia Beach, and the architecture here is something really special. And there you go, the establishing shot, as I say over and over again. This shows exactly where this house is, the size and the shape of the house, the style of the house, right here on the water. The only thing it is missing, in my opinion, is a pool, because I think you just gotta have a pool right next to the waterfront. And as you notice from this shot right here, you can see just how high up off the water they are there. So the safety when it comes to flooding, anytime you're living on the coast, you just have to worry about hurricanes and that type of thing. I love the old wood door here they have at the beginning, the floating wood stair treads on the steel. And as you enter into the house, you immediately see the A-frame bay of windows, all of this natural light coming in, and you have a wonderful design choice being drawn into the home. You're never going to have a lack of light in this space. The bridge going across the center there, something very special. You have tons of arts and crafts style lighting throughout the house. It looks to me like some green and green furniture. I love the live edge table. I know I'm kind of commenting on the furniture here a little bit more than the house itself, but the trim details are carried throughout the house as well. A lovely brick wall there in the kitchen, plenty of cabinet space, lots of room for entertaining. I love the sit-up bar, the contrasting color countertops for the kitchen. And then you have a fantastic wine cooler system there, and it just looks to me like they spared no expense when it comes to the trim work throughout this house. Anytime you see this level of stonework installed all the way to the ceiling, you know that the seller didn't spare any expense when they did this type of install. Now, this is a fun little feature. Two things here I noticed in this photo. One, the railing with the stainless steel braided cords across to let as much of the scenery in. You're not blocking any of that. And then I love when they, instead of a traditional gutter, they put down these chains right here. I think that's just a nice little touch. Now, whoever designed this home, I think did an excellent job, whether it's the balconies, the backyard, or even the A-frame there in the middle. It opens up the entire house, almost every single room, to the views and the reason that you bought the property in the first place. Bouncing back over into Seattle for downtown, we have a 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath condo, 1,878 square foot. And these HOA dues are $1,800 a month on top of the $1.2 million purchase price. Anytime that you're making a purchase, you're always balancing 4 different categories: size, condition, amenities, and location. And so you're trading off in between these 4. And you get a little less space here, but you're in downtown. So we're actually going to look in Virginia Beach out in the country. But right now, this condo has fantastic views. Very modern and sleek inside. Not necessarily my style of cabinetry. However, it does look like they went with some super custom cabinets in here. Very sleek, very shiny. The fireplace carrying on that modern feel. All of these windows open to, I mean, this is why you buy a condo downtown, is you have the amazing views. Let's go ahead and expose every single room that we can to that natural light into those views. Now, something you don't always get at this purchase price is a massive balcony, of which you get here. And I would say that if I had the opportunity to live here, I would spend as much time as possible right here on this balcony. It is very, very difficult to argue with some of these views. And this photo right here shows off exactly what you're looking for. Is you want a place to host and entertain. You've got the bottle of wine, you have the gas fireplace there. This is something very special. And I'm just gonna let some of these photos speak for themselves. It's gorgeous throughout, extremely well maintained. Let's say you're moving from the West Coast to the East Coast and you're like, hey Dan, I've had the downtown experience. I'm tired of it. I want space, I want a yard, I want a little bit more room. I picked out a house in Edinburgh, Chesapeake, which is a high-end neighborhood in Chesapeake, which is really close to a ton of good shopping. 5 bedrooms, 5.5 baths, 5,500 square feet, 55555 for $1.525 million. Now, 318 Scone Castle Loop, not Stone Castle, but Scone Castle Loop, is a beautiful home that was built in 2016, so you don't have to worry about old house problems. Let's take a look at this interior. A 3-bay garage right there at the entrance. You got plenty of space if you want to put a wood shop in there. You've got some nice custom cars that you want to park in. You have a backyard shot that shows off the custom pool put into the backyard with all the entertainment space. It looks like they have a fence. What you'll find in this neighborhood often is some of them do have fences, some of them don't have fences. Most of the time it's if they have a dog or not. And at this purchase price, I am no surprised that this front door is absolutely beautiful. One of the things that you'll find as you move up into the $1 million homes is that people put a lot more emphasis on the trim work and details throughout the house. Plantation shutters, coffered ceilings, built-ins, everything in here is beautiful. So with a 2006 floor plan, you can imagine that you have an open floor plan with modern features and touches throughout the house. All of the cabinetry here is gorgeous, a massive gas stove with a contrasting color island. I love the pendulum lighting that has been selected, the butler's pantry, the little wine rack here, all of the can lighting throughout. And then you have a massive primary suite here with a 2-tray ceiling, very modern and sleek here in the bathroom. Huge shower, big soaker tub, totally to be expected. And then one of the things I noticed here immediately on the backyard that I think someone with a discerning eye will see is that you have all of this stonework back here. This is not stamped concrete. It is very expensive to do this, and it looks like they put some money into it. And I'm not sure how I missed this on the first pass, but we have a double primary suite. I think this is super cool. Now, holy cow, that primary closet is enormous. They even have an island inside the bedroom closet there. That is really something special. And how rare is it that you have this big of a closet in a children's bedroom? So if you are making the transition from the West Coast to the East and you need help with that, all our information is down below in the description. And until next time,